predvsem v prvi liniji pomeni ohranjanje ali pa doseganje konkurenčnosti. In v tem kontekstu seveda glede na to, da gre za odprto družbo, če govorimo o Sloveniji, če govorimo o odprtem gospodarstvu slovensko, tukaj dejansko razen tega, da se prilagajaš tem trendom, drugih korakov ni. In če hočemo še širše, pomeni, ali bomo živeli v družbi, kjer bomo lahko dosegali visoke plačane delovna mesta ali pa ne. Ker skladno z robotizacijo se pojavlja tudi potreba po bolje plačanih delovnih mestih, ki so povezani z tem novim fenomenom.
I think some companies will, but not all of them. I think it will be a fine mixture of humans and robots running around. You see it in the big car industry. They already now have halls where there's only robots. So some will, and some will not have robots at all. But the majority, 90%, will have robots and people running around.
TPV se je v zadnjih 20 letih zelo spremenil. Dejansko, rekel, robotizacija ni nekaj novega, delamo na njej že 25 let, vendar v zadnjih 20 oziroma zadnjih 10 letih pa dosegamo res intenzivno rast, kar se tiče robotizacije in pa tudi same avtomatizacije. Tako da danes je to del kulture zaposlenih, ljudje to razumejo kot dobro za podjetje, ne kot nek strah. Tako da verjamem, da se bo pa v naslednjih 20 letih zaradi tega, pa tudi zaradi vseh priložnosti, ki se obetajo, še zelo tudi spremenil.
As more work becomes automated, less need for people to work in teams perhaps, and maybe more people would work on their own and be isolated. But I think we are socially wired, so I think we will find new ways to connect. And actually what I hope is that we will be maybe less task-oriented and a little more collaborative. So a lot of the work I do in consulting now is to help teams become more collaborative. So I think we've already seen a lot of isolation, we just don't recognise it. I think this might actually liberate us to do more collaborative, both in thinking, designing and doing.
Jaz sem prepričan, da podjetja grejo v pravo smer. Podjetja se pač prilagajajo novim tržnim zakonitostim, novim poslovnim modelom, tako da ni vprašanje, kam se vse skupaj premika. Vprašanje je v bistvu s kakšnim tempom in pa seveda, kaj bodo potem posledice tega. Kar se tiče zaposlovanja v tej novi dobi digitalne ekonomije oziroma v dobi transformacije ekonomije, je bilo zelo zanimivo zadnje predavanje strani Perja. Jaz mislim, da je tukaj veliko diskusij. Se pa vsekakor strinjam, da tradicionalna delovna mesta v smislu proizvodnje in ostalih stvari bodo s časoma zginevala in da se bodo vedno bolj ustvarjala neka nova delovna mesta, za katero v bistvu sploh še nimamo niti definicije, kaj še nekih izobraževalnih programov, vsekakor pa mesta, ki bodo vedno bolj kreativna in vedno bolj človeška. Tako da za sama delovna mesta se ne gre bati, je pa res, da struktura bo precej drugačna, kot je danes.
Podjetja se stalno prilagajajo zahtevam trga. Zahteve trga so seveda čim večja kakovost, čim bolj stabilna kakovost, stabilna kakovost, hkrati pa seveda zadostna količina proizvedenih izdelkov. Avtomatizacija nam in robotizacija nam pri tem seveda izdatno pomagata, tako da vsi ti postopki, ki jih imamo, investicije v avtomatizacijo in robotizacije proizvodnih procesov, nam po drugi strani pomagajo tudi podjetje delati bolj robustno in tudi vsi zaposleni, ki delajo v podjetju, imajo bolj sigurne službe.
Understanding how these new technologies influence our brain and the development, and also skills that we have. For example, it's pretty well known that our memory system is not so much used today anymore because all information is nearly available, and we actually see that in the brain, that certain parts of the brain are not as large anymore, and what these consequences are for the future we don't really know.
So what we have found in our research is that people are influenced by culture in their financial behavior, not only by policies and institutions. So when They cross borders, they of course change policies and institutions, they are faced with new ones. They retain their cultural predispositions. And these can stay for a long time, more than 10, 20 years with them, differentiating their financial behavior from that of the natives in the new country. But what we have also found is that with exposure to common policies and institutions, people become more similar in financial behavior. So after 10, 20 years, they start behaving like the locals.
Well, the trolls are the irritations, they are the fears, and it's the human brain. If it always looks on fears, then they become bigger and bigger. So it's a kind of symbol for basically what is haunting us, what is scaring us, and it's also a question: are they real? Because they're part real and part not real. That's they live in the mountains. We don't know exactly why, but maybe we'll find out.